That was ugly.
Sports.
Welcome to another edition of Bite Size Titans presented by Bite Size Sports. I am your host, James Schmeitz. I think my tagline says it best here. Let's see if I can get it. Oh boy. What an ugly display in Cleveland by the Titans offense. And really their defense too. Titans lose 27-3. And it was embarrassing, to say the least. Let's team stats here. I'm just going to start rolling off some stats here. First downs, Cleveland had 23. Tennessee had 6. The Titans did not have a rushing first down. That's quite a stat. Tennessee, 2 of 12 on third down. It's been a problem in the last 2 years. Cleveland, 6 of 13, almost 50%. Cleveland, 67 plays to Tennessee's 45. 341 yards of offense, 263 through the air, 78 on the ground. Tennessee, a whopping 94 yards of offense. 94. We're used to Derrick Henry having over 100 yards rushing in years past. They had 94 yards total. Oh boy is right. Titans, 2.1 yards per play. 26 yards on the ground, 15 carries, 1.7 yards per carry, 68 through the air. Tannehill, 13 of 25. They didn't turn the ball over, which is a plus, but I guess we should have known what was coming when Sean Murphy-Bunting ripped the fumble out, got the recovery, and Tennessee couldn't get anything but a field goal inside the red zone. Oh, what else here? 5 sacks, 36 yards, lost. Tannehill got crushed all day. Myles Garrett made a mockery of Tennessee's offensive line. And then dumb stuff. 8 penalties for 80 yards. Just Tennessee can't help but shoot themselves in the foot. Possession game was absolutely in Cleveland's favor. 38 minutes to 21. Let's get some just individual stats up here. Like I said, Tannehill 13 to 25, he had 104 yards. Just awful. He had 36 yards. He was sacked 5 times for a net loss of negative 36. Between Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears, they had 15 carries for 26 yards. Derrick 11 for 20, Long a 9. I can't believe he actually had a 9-yard carry. D-Hop, 3 catches, 48 yards. He did have a nice catch before half. Should have been 2 more. Chris Moore, 2 for 41. Long of 33. It's just an embarrassment. It's Chig, 3 for 7. Traylon Burks, he's nowhere to be found this year. 1 for 5. Tajay Spears, 4 reception, 3 yards. Titans did fumble it a couple of times. They got him back both times, though. And then this Cleveland. Let's first talk about Tennessee's offense here. The offensive line is in shambles right now. Signed Andre Dillard to a 3-year deal before the season to be the left tackle. He gave up, I believe, 3 sacks this game. He's on pace to give up something like 36 sacks this season after a year in which Dennis Daly gave up 14 or something like that. It was in the mid-teens. So I don't think he's going to be that bad. Like, he's going to give up 36 sacks this year, but being on pace for it is something. That is something. It's terrible is what it is. Tannehill isn't mobile. He doesn't move around very well in the pocket anymore. And when he's getting pressured, it's just a mess. And it's coming from, Myles Garrett was, there's a video online of Myles Garrett moving back and forth on the defensive line and our tight ends just following him. And, oh, man, tight ends are bad. The line's bad. Left tackle's bad. the whole lines, but I think Brunskill at right guard was the best. I think he was actually pretty solid. Hubbard struggled this week. There was no chip on him, so he struggled. They're without Skoronsky out there. Heck, there's no belief, no hope, man. And it was announced today he did have an emergency appendectomy. His appendix ruptured, so he's back and he's doing more stuff. I still recording this on Wednesday. I don't believe he's going to play this weekend against the Bengals either. I just don't have a good feeling he's going to be able to do that. So our line is what it is. Petit Freer is not coming back anytime soon. He's 3 more games, and I don't think he's going to be a savior anyway. Tennessee's got a lot of work to do on the offensive line front to have any chance this season. Obviously, they played 2 of the best defenses in the league, and the Saints and the Browns. But to get 94 yards of offense, 3 points is there's no other way to put it. It's just a complete and utter embarrassment. And then at the end of the half, they were driving. They actually had some stuff going, got into the red zone, 13 seconds left, no timeouts. And Myles Garrett recorded the fastest sack of the season. I think it was 2.27 seconds. He just said, watch me. Blew by Dillard and murdered Tannehill before he even knew what was happening. No field goal at the end of the half. Tennessee doesn't score the rest of the game. They would have been down 13-6 had they had a chance to kick the field goal there, and would have been down 7 at half with the ball coming to them. Now, the offense, they had one good drive all the game, and that was that one. And I don't think it would have changed anything. But the Titans offense is looking for answers, and we've got serious problems. Our line is junk. I don't think it's worse than last year, but man, it don't feel any better. With Dillard, especially Dillard, performing at Dennis Daly type levels. It's not good. Skoronsky can't come back soon enough, but again, I don't think he's going to be back this week. And then the $1 million question is, will they make any moves? Would they move Skoronsky to left tackle? So he was an All-American in college at Northwestern, playing tackle. He's playing left guard for him right now. If this continues to be a trend downwards, will they put him there? I think they will. Dylan Radins is playing solid at left guard. So that would be one way to test the waters, or even Radins could try it. I think Skoronsky's the better option. He played it. He was an All-American in college doing it. Radins played it at North Dakota State, so he did play. So you got 2 options. I just think in my opinion, you got about one more game of this, and that's Cincinnati Sunday. Must-win game. 2 teams, 1-2. Cincinnati seems to be figuring out Tennessee trending in the wrong direction. Cincinnati's got Trey Hendrickson on defense, who is a stellar defensive end. If Dillard can't block him, oh boy, Myles Garrett. It just sucks they had to try to chip on the side with Dillard. It didn't help, and Hubbard fell apart on the other side without the chip. So the whole offensive line it's just a mess. Derrick Henry was getting, I think his average first contact was 7 feet behind the line of scrimmage. So PFF or somebody tweeted that out. He was getting hit 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Pretty tough to get any yards whatsoever. At some point, I thought they should have just abandoned the run completely and tried to throw, but Tannehill was just under ambush the whole game. And then, the line looked just abysmal. The running backs can't even have a chance to go. Him and Spears have no chance to go because of it. Tannehill's getting just mauled. Doesn't look great because he can't move back there. And then our receivers aren't getting open either. I don't know. I know we got fleeced in the A.J. Brown trade. I get it. It's going to haunt us forever, but Traylon Burks, 1 reception for 5 yards. I think he's got under 100 yards for the season. After the offseason he had where he looked like he was going to have a breakout year, very, I mean, it's very disappointing. Chig, extremely disappointed in Chig too after his rookie year. I think D-Hop, in my opinion, is doing fine, all things considered, with the amount of pressure on Tannehill. He has 3 receptions for 48 yards. Had a big catch on that drive down before half. He also had another one that was very identical in that same drive that I think should have been a catch, but they didn't give it to him. But you got a combination of bad offensive line that's not blocking anybody, running game can't get going, receivers who don't get any separation, and a quarterback who holds on to it a little bit too long. And it ends very badly. So tough day for the Tennessee Titans offense. And I don't know what they do to fix it. You can't make your line better instantly. You need better players. Hopefully Dillard can be a little bit better, but man, just brutal day for the offense, and not a good sign moving forward. Not with the Bengals coming to town. They're a kryptonite team that just can score at will. They got their own problems right now, but defensively, passing, secondary just continues to struggle. We're a year and a half into this mess, and it just doesn't seem like there's any end in sight. Deshaun Watson, 27 of 33, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mind you, he last Monday struggled and was awful in a loss to the Steelers. We sacked him 3 times for 26 yards. The big difference is he's slippery. He can evade him just enough. He's not Michael Vick out there, but he bends, contorts his body just enough to get away from sacks. There's 3, 4, 5 times Tennessee had him wrapped up for a sack or a tackle, and he just snuck out of it, got away, and created a first down, a positive guards, a big play because of it. Running game, they didn't do anything, 78 yards. I think it's fair to start wondering if the reason there's never any rushing yards is twofold. Yes, we have a good rushing defense, but why would you rush it against us when you can pass it for 300 yards a game without trying? When our corners are going to blow assignments, and our secondary is going to blow assignments when we can't stop anybody. It's fair to wonder. I think we do have a good rushing defense, but this historic pace they're on, the last 18, 19, whatever games it is, got to wonder if it's just part of it's absolutely partially the blame because the defense, our secondary is just junk. The defensive, the secondary is just no good. So, there is that. What I was trying to do is to put up the old ticker on the bottom that I always forget to put up, and I kicked myself out. So there's that. Receivers, Amari Cooper, 7 receptions, 116 yards, touchdown. He fried Christian Fulton. It looked like Fulton didn't even know what world he was in. It's 2 times. It's the second time, 3 games. The Saints did the same thing to Fulton on a late third down. Just they get cooked out there. Donovan Peoples-Jones, who hasn't done anything all year, 3 receptions, 49 yards. Elijah Moore, 9 receptions, 49 yards. Jerome Ford had a touchdown out of the backfield. Man, it's when you're top 3 tacklers, and this isn't a perfect indication, but your top 3 tacklers are Amani Hooker, safety, Roger McCreary, cornerback, Christian Fulton, cornerback. When your top 3 tacklers are all in the secondary, they're playing really good up and against the run, or they're getting tackles down the field, which is no bueno. It's no bueno. Fulton struggling. There's no other way to put it. Contract year for him, and it's not looking good. He's been bad, which is tough. He's already missed a game, but he was pretty good all of training camp and just not been good at all. He's just gotten destroyed out there. I thought with the return of him and Hooker, we'd have a little bit better, a little more fight against the pass, but nope. Nope. Sean Murphy-Bunting's advanced stats were really good. I will give him credit. I called him out last week, said he was doing pretty good. Titans D got what? They got 3 sacks. McCreary got 1. Al Shire got 1, and Autry got 1. But the moral of the story is the pass defense is just abysmal. You got huge problems. You got going into the offseason, you got 3 major problems: offensive line, secondary, receiver. Offensive line, still a major problem. Signed Diller and Brunskill. One of those looks good. The other one looks really, really shaky and not great at all. Secondary is not any better than last year. I need to pull up stats and look, but it looks damn near identical to last year. And then receiver, they didn't draft anybody, and they got lucky with DeAndre Hopkins falling into their lap, who has been, I would say, good, not great. Not completely his fault. Tannehill's missed throws. Tannehill's awful in the first game. Missed throws this game. He's missed throws every game. Missed Burks this game. He's just, it's all around bad. Not ready to sound the alarm yet. Mainly because the South is trash. The Colts are number 1 in the AFC South right now at 2-1. They beat the Ravens last weekend. The Texans beat the Jags. So let's not forget that the Jags took a miracle for them to get to the playoffs last year because Tennessee lost 7 straight. And they beat Josh Dobbs at quarterback, which, by the way, he won his first game last weekend as a NFL quarterback by beating the Cowboys. So good for Josh Dobbs. But yeah, the 3 biggest problems going into the offseason: offensive line, corner or secondary, cornerback specifically, and receiver are all still the biggest problems on the team that has not had fixed. Burks hasn't made a huge jump. Offensive line is giving Tannehill no time, not creating any lines. It's just a mess everywhere. So Titans get the Bengals coming to town this weekend. I am not Burrow's hurt. They got it out on Monday. They finally got a win, but that's an offense that can just take off. Burrow's not mobile at all right now. His calf's really messed up, but he got through the game without getting hurt. I expect him to carve up. The pass defense. Don't even try to run. No point. Throw it 50 times. Throw it for 500 yards. You'll win. So, yeah, tough one. I just don't feel great right now. I feel very nervous about what the future holds here for this team. I don't think it's going to be very well. Thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Bite Size Titans. I don't know if there's going to be a second episode this week. I am very busy starting tomorrow. I shouldn't have waited this long to record this, but I did. So I may or may not have one. If not, I think the Bengals beat Tennessee in a closer than it should be game just because Burrow's hurt. If you guys like this, please like, share, subscribe it. Subscribe to Bite Size. We got shows coming out every week. Colts, number 1 in the South. The defeated Vikings, the defeated Bears, Steelers podcast, mine. So we cover a bunch of teams. We catch NBA every Thursday with me and Kev on the bounce. I will not be on there tomorrow, but it is every weekday. The show goes on even without me. Necessary Roughness every Tuesday. We got fantasy shows, another damn fantasy podcast. The Rumbles are Red on Friday. Betting show on Monday, Sportsbook Junkies. So if you guys enjoy this, please like, subscribe, share, retweet, all of the above. Come join us. Until next time, Titans fans, tighten up.